Hey Phoenix Fab, what's poppin'? Today we're bringing back an updated list of the best airsoft items from AliExpress. A lot has changed since the last video I did about AliExpress. I ordered a lot of stuff and I found some useful stuff. Some stuff that maybe surprise you and some stuff that is actually quite handy to have. But I have been testing all of these items in my loadouts recently. Now, if you're an airsoft beginner, AliExpress can be a big help to get your first airsoft loadout going. But there's a little bit of a catch because, of course, we have a lot of crap there. I think some of my experience is to showcase some cool stuff that is actually good in quality that can help you out on the airsoft field while you're playing your games. Of course, it's great to save a buck here and there because especially if you are starting out and you want to build a new loadout, you don't want to break the bank and buying very expensive accessories and real steel gear. In the recent years, AliExpress really upped the level in quality a lot, and I'm going to showcase my top 10 best airsoft items from AliExpress I have recently bought. So let's go, let's do it. Number 10. On spot number 10, the first spot of this video, I have the Avalon M50 replica gas mask. I got this for a specific SCP loadout I was building and I really love this thing. It looks really cool and yeah, I modified it a little bit with the symbol of the horned rat. If you know, you know. I really like this and it was quite cheap on AliExpress. Obviously, it's a non-working replica. So this is just for the funsies. This is just for the looks. This is only for like cosplaying, so to speak. In the filters, these are removable. We have little fans that you can put on and you can get some air ventilated into this thing because it gets really freaking hot under here. I was sweating my ass off under there. It was just filling up with water. It was kind of disgusting. But the picture we took were absolutely cool and for the vibe of the video it was absolutely necessary. One thing you should absolutely be aware of, this is not rated. So this is no safety protection glass. Do some tests if you want to run this in an actual airsoft game. I do not recommend. You have to make your own decision. You have to do your own testing if you want to, but you're putting your eyesight in jeopardy if you just go with it. But this is not safety rated. I did my own testing. I did my own idea of that this might be okay to take some pictures and stuff while the game was going on. You need to do your own research. You need to do your own decisions. I'm not making them for you. Other than that, great for looks. I do not really recommend to running around with this replica during a game. It was hard breathing and I was almost like drowning in sweat. Just something you know. Number 9. On spot number 9, we have this HPA hand pump. Basically, it's a bicycle pump on steroids that you can use to fill up your HPA tanks for your HPA replica. This comes with a bunch of different connectors to different stuff, so you can also actually pump up your bicycle with this, your soccer ball, your football, whatever you want, but it also has the correct connector to connect to an air tank. I don't live in an area where a paintball field is very close, so if I want to top up my HPA tank a little bit because I'm gonna go for a game and it's not completely full, I can do it with this. It is hard work. It takes around like 20 minutes of continuous pumping of like filling an entire tank from 0 to full, but it was hard. I did it in the summer and I was sweating my ass off. You shouldn't do it too much that this heats up too much. This gets really hot and you don't want any moisture to go into your system, so you are gonna have rust in your HPA tank. Just do a little bit, do a couple minutes, leave it for a little bit, do a couple more minutes, just go in little intervals and you're gonna be fine. You can top up your tank with this. It worked perfectly for me and it wasn't that expensive. It's a great like emergency backup to have. I like it. Number 8. a thing I have in my backpack, and I already talked about it in my chest rig video, but in here I have these straps, a thing that is completely not designed for airsoft, but these are straps that go into your trunk to hold a fire extinguisher. It has Velcro on one side, it has elastic on that side, and it comes like with multiple loops next to each other. And its original idea is that you stick this in your trunk and you can put a fire extinguisher here. But I thought, hey, this is super cool. I know something that's very similar on the size of a fire extinguisher, which is my HPA tank. So I can put these in here with Velcro because the Minimap has Velcro on the inside. I have 2 of these in here. They were super cheap, and I just stick them onto the wall. And now if I put my air tank in here, they can slide right in, and it gets held in place by the elastic and the Velcro. And this is like a super easy thing to do to just secure everything a little bit better down and stops it from like flopping back and forth while running. Super cool thing I found, and I thought it could be super easily applied to be helpful. Number 7. Also on my chest rig is the Mutant Pouch, because this was a total underrated buy. This is the Pew Tactical Mutant Pouch. It's for my chest rig build. I was having troubles to source the original Spiritus System Mutant Pouch, and I was like, I can't get it, I'm really trying. Then I went with Pew Tactical, and you have to say Pew Tactical is, I think, the best quality of AliExpress right now. Is they do China repros, so they do like copies of the real steel stuff, but the quality is really, really, really good. And if you look at it, I don't think you can tell like basically a difference of the Spiritus System with this like on the rig itself. If you're interested in the pouch itself, it's a radio pouch here in the front, which is quite big. It can be cinched down. There's like an elastic from the top that goes down. And then we have here a bigger open pouch. So this is open on both sides, so it's not completely sealed like a zipper. I have a little Nalgene bottle in here for having water on my person, because I was running into the thing that I was thirsty during games and I didn't have water on me. This was a super easy fix. And then I have in here my 5th emergency magazine. For now, this can also go into my back pocket during the game to have the ghetto style back pocket magazine, which is really cool, especially if you're wearing jeans. But yeah, for now, this is a perfect place to store this. And then this gets boobled down with the Velcro and then a tab itself. And I secured the little latch of the tab, like the little thing that was flying around, with some camo tape. On the back side here, I have a little tourniquet from Mills & West, so it's not a real tourniquet. This tourniquet is to be used just to indicate that I was medicked. Put this on with some bungee that I had from some other pouches. I think those are from my magazine pouch. Anyways, this is the Molly style Mutant Pouch. I love this pouch, really great. I think you will like it to run it under your left or right arm. Spot number 6. We're not finished with the chest rig, because I have one more thing on here that I really like and is actually really handy, and it's this elastic PTT holder. It has routed through some elastic band, and it's super cool to cinch down your PTT, because I had the troubles that the PTT was flying off my chest rig all the time, and now I fiddled this through, and now I have not only the clip but also the bungees holding down the device on my shoulders in case I run through the woods and stuff is happening, and this is really cinched down and it's going to stay in place. You not necessarily need to use this for a PTT, but this can be applied for a lot of things to cinch down. You can also use to have it like a tourniquet running through it or anything else, but I really liked the super simple design and the versatility of this thing. It can be, yeah, it can go anywhere. And I have another one, I'm going to use it. Number 5. On number 5, I have the red dot risers. I really got into risers through AliExpress because I tried this one out and I loved it. This is so great. It just puts the stuff on your replica a little higher than you used to, but for me, it really works. It might look goofy in the beginning. People say like, oh, you're a giraffe or whatever, but it is actually so handy to just raise it up and you don't need to do this. You see this leaning action way too much on the airsoft field. Now I just go up and I'm ready. and I don't have to lean down, I don't have anything going on my neck, and I just see it. For me personally, it works very, very good. I started out with this one, and then I got also one for the Holo that puts it up a little bit. It's still, yeah, it's almost at the same height, I would say. And then for me, it developed even further, and now I use a fake Hydra. This is this crazy conjunction here. People really didn't like it on this video, but I have to say, I really love that thing. The rumors are that the China Repro one was actually better than the real one they built, so that's kind of funny. But for me, yes, this is very high. You can see how much even higher than this is. But for me personally, this works really, really well. I can go, now I'm looking through the thing. It's like, it's so much better for me. And then the pack box here, this is a very novelty item for me, of course, because I have to run a zoom cam here in the front. I can't have a pack box here, so this is why I like this. I can run the pack box here, or I can put a battery here that powers the cameras in the front, so I have that more towards the center. If you have all your battery packs that power cameras in the front, it gets really front heavy. This helps balancing it out. I have this for style, or I can put my battery pack here. I love the Hydra mount. I can't find it on AliExpress anymore, so it's kind of like not allowed to be included. So I'm gonna say go with these for sure. This is gonna be the entry, and then you're gonna go eventually to that. The only thing to remember is that if you're gonna go play and you're shooting over a cover, you will see the red dot going through before you cleared the obstacle. There's one thing where this is maybe not the best thing, but I think that is totally fine, and you can adjust. You can just adjust a little bit higher, and it's just one thing you need to keep in mind. Let's put it that way. And yeah, of course, these can, any kind of red dot can be mounted onto these. It's really easy, and they even have a little iron sight in the middle compartment here. And they come with screws to just screw it on, and it's like really tight. This one is just a little wrist riser that just like clamps onto the thing, so I can just like unclamp that if it's not so stuck. I think I never undid this before. There we go. It's just a little thing like this, nothing more to it. That's just it. And then it sits like that on the replica, and it's actually quite good. Number 4. So now that we're talking already about the replica, let me show you number 4, which is this Sling. Of course, it's always a thing to measure out if you should use AliExpress Sling on a replica that costs like 1,000 or something. You have to make that decision. But this quality of this sling is absolutely great. It comes with these like hookies. You can either have like little attachment points where you hook this in, or how I do it. In this case, I just have a little bit of string and it just attaches to that. Absolutely fine. You can just hook it in. Also in the back, I have a little bit of string here, and I just hook it in and off you go. You know, now you have like a 2-point sling. Absolutely perfect. I love doing that. You can just like cinch it down, and yeah, it's a really cool looking sling. I think I have it the wrong way around, but who cares? No one's watching, I guess. This is a repro, so it comes actually with the original markings. But yeah, I really like this in multicam black. Also very cool. You can adjust here how you want the length. You can do some quick changes if you want to really cinch it down to your body, if you're walking a lot, or if you just want it long to do your stuff. You know, there's a lot of like capabilities of changing it to your perfect liking. So yeah, you just need to start playing around with it. I used it now for a couple games and it's perfectly fine. But of course, don't get mad if your very cheap sling breaks and your very expensive replica falls to the floor. It wasn't me. Number 3. Okay, on the first spot of the podium, we have something that is a little bit different. So I have here a whole box of shrink tube, and it comes with like I don't know, 1,000 of these like shrink tubes, but it's perfect to play with your gear and to cinch down loose ends. Basically what you can do is you can go over all these things. You can put some shrink tube over them and just fire them up on your jackets. If you have like stuff that's flopping around, like on your zipper, you can just put that over the little cords, cinch them down, and it's just so much nicer. And I thought I include this because it was so dirt cheap that, yeah, I thought it was kind of mesmerizing, and it helps kind of securing everything and giving everything a little bit of a cleaner look. I think this is always a good thing to have, and yeah, I think it's kind of fun to see where you can apply all this to have like a little bit less clutter. Then with this goes these, I think they're called the Japanese style Velcro cable ties. It's just a giant, I think it's like, I don't know how many meters, this is like 3 meters of these Velcro zip ties that you can just cut off and put into your perfect length that you actually need. So I can just go around here, boop, cinch down the antenna cables, cut it off, bam, off we go. Super easy. Or if I have something else I need to secure, if I need to do something on my replica, if you have so many spots and places where this can be handy, I like that you can choose the length of it. This is just like useful stuff. Number 2. On second place, we have a tactical style hand warmer. So this is really nice. I got this recently and I used it on the night game I went to. It was freezing cold and we basically had a blizzard. It was snowing and it was -°C. You just wear this. Whoops, that was Milo's toy. You just wear this like a fanny pack if you want. And then you can just like, when you're hanging around, you can just put your hands in there and it's like, there's fleas in there. It gets warm, you know, it warms. It also warms your area here because this is where it hangs. It also protects from BBs, and it has a little zipper compartment. I have now here a giant thing to clean my iPro with, and then also a little microfiber cloth from Devtex. During the game, actually, I had the camcorder in here because I didn't know where to store it. I didn't want to put it into my pants pocket because I was afraid that I was running against something. And in here, because of all the fleece, and then in the front, there's like all this microfiber cloth. It's actually really protected and it's not falling out. A bonus is you can, of course, use this as like kind of a fanny pack, but you don't have to because you can also Velcro this up and use this under your plate carrier. So you can put this, open your plate, put that in, close it down, and it dangles off your plate carrier. You can even cinch it down if you want to. Maybe there's now too much stuff in there, but if it hangs under your plate carrier and you want a little bit smaller footprint, so there is a zipper here, and this can dangle under your plate carrier if you want to, or you can use, like, obviously you can put the buckles in as well. Yeah, that was a tiny little investment that actually made a big difference when I was on the field and it was cold outside, and I'm going to use it on Saturday again. Like, absolute deserved second spot. Number 1. And the winner of the top 10 airsoft items from AliExpress is the T-Beam for me, obviously. So this is a tiny little LilyGo T-Beam radio, and this is a low-RA radio, long-range radio, and I use this with Meshtastic. Meshtastic is basically an open source software that can connect these boards in an off-the-grid mesh network where you can send messages and GPS locations without having any cell reception at all. You build your own network with these. If multiple people have these, you can message people, you can see their location, and there's all these crazy integrations into tactical maps. I made a very long video you can check out in the top right corner now if you want to learn more about this. This is quite a deep rabbit hole. I have the T-Beam here and I use the bigger extra GPS antenna because the one that comes with it is quite small and wasn't really working. I was having connection troubles with the GPS, but with this one, and I never had a problem again. I instantly get GPS log even inside. But then you have like this whole long range radio, Meshtastic, rabbit hole in front of you, ATAC integration. This is just so much fun. And I got mine off of AliExpress because this is basically the cheapest place to get them. You can get them on Amazon, but it's definitely more expensive. This is the one that runs on my person. I have this in a little red dot box and it goes in here, and this is the antenna for it. And then I also have one that's enclosed in a little 3D printed housing with a off-the-market antenna. I link this also down in the description below. And yeah, this can be a little node you can put in the pocket, or when I go to games, this is going to be in the car to help create this mesh network all over the field, because these radios can talk to each other and they can relay information. So if I have one here, one here, one here, and the further ones can't talk to each other, they can talk to each other through this step in the middle. I think you're gonna like this. Yeah, this is close to my heart. I'm working on different ATEX servers now on Raspberry Pis. It's just a very fun project. It wouldn't be a good AliExpress video if we don't have a bonus round. So let's say we have a little bonus meme. And bonus meme today is the scrim for my helmet. I got this off of AliExpress. I love it. It looks great. This is a multicam black, but I also have a different one if I would remember where I put it. So they come to you like this. It's just a little bungee cord and a laser cut, yeah, camo of your choosing. This one is tiger stripe, this one is multicam black, and you just put it over and that's already basically it. I love these scrims. They break up obviously your helmet a little bit, but they're also great for identification on the field. If you know every one of your buddies is running tiger stripe scrims and you know the enemy team doesn't have them, really easily identify them over quite a long distance, because you see this, you're like, ah, that's my buddy. You're gonna get so many compliments of like mothers that's gonna pick up their sons of the airsoft field. So make sure to get a cool scrim like this. They have them in all different kind of colors. I like the little bit more darker. And then with that, I have a tiny little thing that goes with this, but with the entire helmet build, I got these headbands of AliExpress, and these headbands actually help me a lot when I put the helmet on, because it might look a little goofy in the first place, but these catch the sweat when I'm wearing the helmet. Right here, this is a second barrier of sweat catching, that it doesn't drip too much into my iPro, just because I tend to sweat a lot. Okay, something kind of gives us this Apocalypse Now look. I think I lost the black one on the field. Of course, it looks a little goofy, but it's gonna help you with sweat distribution a lot. And also, I can feel the helmet sits a little better on my head. All the links to everything you'll find down in the description below. I hope you got something out of this. You're gonna have a look. Maybe I got something for you you really like. For example, also I got this lens protector, plexiglass with a little bit of like glue, also on AliExpress, you know. I have a lot of stuff. Also, almost every item on this helmet is from AliExpress. So if you want to see best items for your helmet from AliExpress, put it down in the comments below. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. And yeah, if enough people are interested about my helmet build, I'm gonna put an extra video out just on this, because yeah, this is from AliExpress, this not, but this, and this on the other side. I have some recommendations on helmet shells. I have some recommendation of pads for the inside. I think we can talk also quite a lot about helmets from AliExpress. Smash that subscribe button. I hope you learned something. I hope you got something out of this. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Howdy doody, everyone.